Hi, it's Melissa, and since we can't be together in the classroom, I thought I might bring a piece of the classroom to you, from my home to yours. And I thought the best way to do that would be with a virtual read aloud. I chose a story from our Unit 4, which is the color unit, and the title or the name of the story is The Lion and the Little Red Bird. And this story is written and illustrated by Elisa Clevin. So she's the author and the illustrator. She wrote the story and she is responsible for all the beautiful artwork and illustrations that you're going to see in the story. Elisa Clevin is also the author of a story that some of my friends might know from Unit 2, which is Hooray a Pinata. So we know a little bit about her. So one afternoon, a little red bird saw a lion with a bushy green tail. His tail was as green as the forest. The bird had never seen anything so unusual, so different or unique, and so pretty. Just looking at it made her happy. If you notice right here, the lion has something that is a little unique or different. It's a green tail. You don't normally see that, and the little red bird noticed that. Lion, lion, she said, why is your tail so green? The lion didn't understand the bird's language. He thought she was simply chirping, so he smiled at her. And as he smiled at her, he wandered down a field of orange flowers, and the bird watched him roll and sniff and chase beautiful orange butterflies. And you can see the bird still following him, still probably curious as to why his tail was green. Then he slowly walked west with the setting sun and disappeared into a cave, kind of a hole in the earth, a rock that you can see. It's hollow inside. The bird waited on a tree nearby. She wanted to see the lion's green tail again, so she waited and waited, but the lion did not come out of the cave. So the bird made herself a soft nest and slept through the warm, starry night. Oh, you can see the lion is probably going into his habitat where he lives, which is the cave. And she makes herself her own kind of safe haven, a little nest that's right on the bough of this tree or the branch. And she doesn't want to leave because she's still curious. She wants to know why the lion's tail was green, because it was so unusual or so unique or different to her. In the morning, the lion came out of the cave swishing his tail. His tail, which was no longer green, but it was as orange as a flower, as orange as a butterfly, and as orange as the setting sun. Lion, lion, the bird chirped. She was astonished. She was amazed. Wait a minute. Not only was your tail green, now it's orange. Why is your tail so orange? She asked. Again, the lion did not understand the bird's language, so he just smiled at her. All he heard was the chirp, 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 chirp. And he climbed over the hill and up the mountain. And if you remember or recall, we had a story with Corduroy who was riding up an escalator and he thought he was on a mountain. But that wasn't the case, was it? This is a real mountain. And the lion's climbing up the mountain and came to a deep blue lake beneath a bright blue sky, where he soaked his tired paws while the birds splashed nearby. So this lion has been climbing all day, uphill, over the hill, up the mountain, and now his paws are tired. So he puts them in this deep, bright blue lake that's to rest them and to kind of relax them. And we can see the bird is still nearby. She's very close and splashing around. She's not nervous. Usually a bird might be a little nervous around a big animal like a lion, but I think that they've developed maybe some kind of friendship right? They're smiling at each other, even though they can't understand each other's language. They use kind of gestures or facial expressions to kind of express that they're friendly and kind, being kind to each other. So if you notice, the birds they're being playful. And the bird is still very curious as to why the lion's tail has changed from green to orange and why it was green even in the first place. At the end of the day, the lion climbed back down the mountain, over the hill, and home to his cave. The bird settled down in the tree, wondering, questioning, as the sky darkened, and she's wondering and questioning about why is his tail changing colors? She just can't figure it out. She's intrigued. She wants to know. But in the morning, the lion's tail was no longer orange. It was as blue as the brightest blue sky, blue as the deep mountain lake where he'd soaked his tired paws. Lion, lion, the bird chirped, enchanted. How did your tail change from orange to blue? How? Are you a magician? She asks. The lion just smiled. The bird is so curious now. She's trying to figure it out. She wants to know, is he a magician? And a magician is somebody that performs magic or tricks. And she thinks maybe the lion is doing that because she can't figure out why his tail keeps changing or how he keeps doing that. And the lion's not understanding that she is asking him how this is happening. So he just smiles because he just hears the chirp, 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 which sounds like a beautiful song. And the lion began to amble over to a bush, walking slowly, and that bush was full of shiny red berries. Lion, lion, the bird chirped, making a face. Oof, these berries aren't ripe. They're very, very sour. They're not ready to eat. Why don't you just pick them when they're ripe? You don't want to eat those. So the bird's trying to be helpful and kind of give lion a heads up. And, you don't want to try these. Oof. She makes a face. The lion just smiled, thinking how much he liked the bird's chirping company. Like I said, it sounds more like a song, and he kind of likes it. Maybe it's relaxing to him. All afternoon, the lion picked the red berries, while the bird nibbled sunflower seeds nearby. Oh, once when the lion stepped on a thorn, the bird pulled it out for him. So the lion had stepped on a thorn, and a thorn is the sharp point that's on a rose stem, and it got stuck in his paw. So the bird was very helpful and came over and used her beak as kind of like tweezers to pull out the thorn. And that was very helpful to the lion because his paw is not designed to be able to do that. So he would have had that stuck in his paw all day. At sundown, the lion swished his tail back and forth, goodbye, and returned to his cave. The bird never tries to follow the lion into his cave. She always kind of perches herself back up on the bough on the tree. She settled down into her nest that night, and she wondered, she just kept wondering what color his tail would be tomorrow. Do you have any guesses? Do you think it might change back to green? Will it maybe stay orange and not change back at all? Will it change to a different color? What do you think? The bird's really wondering what's going to happen. She just wished he would answer her questions. I'm wondering if the bird knows that the lion doesn't understand her or just thinks maybe he can't communicate. I don't know. Oh no, during the night, a storm came. Thunder crashed and lightning flashed. Rain swept away the bird's nest. Hearing the noise, the lion rushed out and reached up into the tree where the bird crouched, shivering and scared. She's cold and scared. She doesn't know what's going to happen next. The winds are whipping. He lifted her down. It looks like the lion helped, kind of rescued the bird from the storm. If just like some of my friends might remember from One Dark Night when Jonathan rescued the stray kittens from the storm and brought them into the house. The lion's about to do the same and bring the bird to a safe shelter in his cave. Oh, so once the lion carried the bird into his cave, she realized that he wasn't a magician at all. She realized he was an artist. The cave was warm and colorful. The walls were filled with pictures. And anytime you see artwork that's along a wall like this, that's really big and vibrant, it's called a mural. So any kind of painting that's along a wall is called a mural. So this lion had created this whole mural with the colors he was finding. Wow. He used the colors from the green forest, the orange flowers, the butterflies, the sunset, a bright blue sky, and a deep blue lake. Look at, if you notice, these were all the things that he had seen before along his travels. The orange sunset, the orange flowers, butterflies, the greenery. Now we know where the green tail came from. The mountain, the deep blue lake, the bright blue sky, all the pieces that he had encountered when he was traveling with the bird, alongside the bird. Lion, lion, the bird chirped, delighted. How did these pictures get here? The lion smiled, dipped his tail into a bowl of shiny red berry juice. If you recall, the sour red berries weren't to eat. They were to use on his mural. And I know what he was about to paint. And once he did that, he painted a picture of the bird chirping on a berry bush. The bird sang while the lion painted. She sang a song without any questions, full of color and joy. The lion had never heard anything so unusual and so pretty. And just listening made him happy. If you recall the beginning of the story, that's what intrigued the bird so much. She had never seen anything like the green tail, anything so unusual or so unique or different, and yet so pretty. Same kind of coming back full circle. If you notice, he's using the red berry juice to paint the portrait of the red bird. Wow. And here are the red berry bushes. In the morning, the storm was past. The world was shone fresh and bright. The lion's tail was berry red, and the little bird knew why. She sang her happiest song and wondered what the lion might paint tonight. What do you think the lion might paint tonight? Why don't you think about it, maybe draw or illustrate it, and share your thoughts with your family. And let them know what you might think the lion might paint tonight. I hope you enjoyed this story as much as I did, and hopefully we'll be back soon to do another. Thank you.